All right, that's a lot better. Okay. Um, I got some time to walk without my dog, y'all. So she actually was asleep because we was up all night. I had to pick up some stuff from work, finish that. I messed up and made a mistake, and well, I didn't intentionally make a mistake. I just thought I was just gonna be a little bit late, but I was planning on being a little bit late, which I shouldn't have done. With one of my clients, and my computer messed up, so I had to do all that. So it set me back so far behind. So lesson learned. Lesson learned. Shouldn't push stuff on the back burner. But I'm trying to be nice to myself. Anywho, um, today I wanted to talk about what a servant really means, and what does that entail. A lot of people did not understand, like, or I get stupid. Well, not. I don't think they're stupid. Because I think people are really trying to find out questions. But when you know what servitude really is, then you get a bigger grasp of things. A servant is a person who follows and who leads, and who leads by following. You know, doesn't mean that you're a weak person. Doesn't mean that you're a weak person at all, because it takes a strong person to follow and to go under the guidance of learning of learning something without having a big head. So yes, servitude is what I like to do. Like I said, it's not a bad thing. One thing that I learned, and it helped me grasp, was who and what I am. You cannot be a servant and not know who you are. And if you looked at my other videos, you will see that I felt like it was like something, like a spirit was trying to take my identity. Like something was trying to make me feel like I was nothing, or I needed something to do something else. Being a servant, serving other people, serving humanity, serving humankind, understands, lets you know that it's something greater than you, because sometimes we get into that mode. I get into that mode a lot. Something greater than you that is pulling you to do something. How else can I say this? Because I don't want to sound really too gooey or mushy, but in order to be a great leader, you have to be a servant. And if you look at history, even the leaders that we so-called, leaders of today, they had to go under and serve. They had to be a service to someone. Look at the comedians. They're a service to humanity because they're bringing their laughter. They're bringing, joy. Look at fitness trainers. They're bringing health and fitness, something that we need to keep aligned. Look at, our doctors. They're bringing, things like that. Look at the people who are healers. That is it, so yeah, it's early in the morning. You see all this is gone. Look, all of this is gone. Usually when I walk past here, you guys, you'll see some people still there. I don't really want to show the whole location. It's kind of because they have fines, which I'm going to say, to keep things balanced, you do want to have some kind of balance as far as dealing with the homeless population. But sometimes these people be going overboard. When I say overboard, they go over the freaking board, y'all. And that's both ways. Yeah, but back to servitude. A lot of people thought that I had to be nothing. I don't have like low self-esteem for myself. In my head, I honestly didn't care what anyone thought about me. And that's what gave me more revelation. They all out here playing everything. They gave me more revelation as to who and what I am, what I'm called to do, and reminded me who I have to answer to. Because when this is all over, and the detailed life of Bell is over, I really do have to stand in front of judgment, just like every single person, whether they want to believe it or not, and give an account to what I did on this life with the time that I was given. Did I, there was a trajectory presented to me. Did I fulfill that? So yeah, that's kind of what servitude is, especially to me. Servitude to me, you have to have a willingness heart to learn and do more, because even if you're in the field that you've known for 20, 35, 40, 50 years, there's always something else that you can learn. You never stop learning. You never stop learning in life, because it's always something different. And it might not be anything new under the sun, but the stuff that's new to you because you're not God and you don't know all things. So, being a servant, you have to get out there and not care what other people think. You have to launch in. You have to launch. And when I say launch, I mean launch with all your might. Launch with all your might. Don't look at what someone is criticizing you over, because if you do it right and if you learn, those same people who was criticizing you are going to be your number one supporters and your motivators, okay? You're not even trying to get them to go to you. That's what a real servant does. A real servant doesn't sit there and listen, only listens to his master. A real servant only listens to his master. You can't be a servant and be a follower of many things. You have to pick, because if you don't have restraint, you're not going to be able to handle when things get stressful, when things get bottled, when things get tough. That was one of the things that I had to learn. I like to be a free spirit person. I do like, the funness of it. And yeah, but in order to be a true servant, you gotta have discipline. You gotta have discipline. So, wow. I wonder when they gonna take those freaking statues down. They're kind of weird. Probably would want those statues down more than all them other statues that they seeing. Knock down the weird statues that are in the corner. But that'll happen, spiritual. Anyhow, so yeah, those are some of the things that I've learned. Some of the things that I have understood and embarked on. About the personality of a servant. A servant doesn't have to be boastful as far as who and what they are. They just are. The more I try to push myself up, the more people try to push me down. But the more I became who I was and did what I was supposed to do, the more people attracted and flocked to me, Mind you, I will tell you, I don't have any advertisements of myself doing like social work or anything like that, or doing straight healing work out there. But there are people who call me every single day. I don't have to worry about a job anymore. I don't have to, because people see the specialization that I have and they contact me for it. People contact me and they give me a stuff. They tell me, I'll pay you. So I don't even have to, I don't have to push it out or say, okay, I want this. I need to apply for this job. I need to go and do, there are some places that still try to get you to do that. But yeah, I learned that through servitude. Let the work that I do speak for me, You also, with servitude, you have to be okay with not being in the spotlight. That's one of my favorite things, because I don't like to be in the front. I will be a happy number two. It was just at this time God was telling me it's time for me to move up to number one. But I love being in the background. Why? Because you get the same things almost as much as the next person without the extra weight. without the extra weight. People don't understand that. You sit there like, everybody want to be number one. Do you want the heat when it comes? Do you want the this and that? Being a servant of God is different to an extent, because God is taking the blows, but then when he elevates you, it's like, it's different. That's the same thing with my mentor. She takes a lot of the hits, that a lot of the things, because she has everything so in tune, and she's had years of experience and dealing with God, and having, letting God work through her. She's had experience to be a fine-tuned machine. So when now I'm not saying that things don't get bad. When things get out of hand, because they happen in organizations, you're dealing with people, you're dealing with the human person. We all have faults, we all mess up. Now when those things come out, she's able to stand with those hits. Some of those hits are kind of drastic. What about when they come against your organization and just say crazy things about it? And some of them might be true, because you made a mistake, or you thought someone was one way and they turned out to be something else. You still have to take that hit, being a leader, but being a servant, you sit and you watch, you watch and you follow behind to help build up. You don't have to take that strong hit. So, I'll take it. You still have to take the hit, because it's a group unit, but you don't take it as hard as that person that's up front. So, yeah. And another thing that God showed me about being a servant is that when it is your turn, because it's always your turn at a certain point, we all have a short time here, but when it is your turn, that is what you're supposed to use to catapult you to get to the place that you need to get, because you need to be pressing forward. You need to be pressing higher. You need to be pressing farther than with your mentors and with the people that will help you, guide you to be a servant of the Most High. So, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to give those couple of nuggets, because I see that people always talk about, servitude, and how, that's a whack thing to do, and it's really bad, and it's not always bad if it's in the right way. Actually, servitude and being a servant is an excellent thing. That's actually, that lets you know if you're standing in the world, especially the physical world as well as the spiritual world. Everyone who is a millionaire, who's a true millionaire, who has equity, meaning they have the connections, they have to be of service to someone. You cannot go on this planet and think it's just me, or people with no new friends no, you're of service. We're supposed to be here to give and to receive. We have to be of service to someone. We were created to help, to be of service to someone, something. So, be of service. And it does not always necessarily mean that the person that you think is giving, who's doing some kind of service, is getting the better benefit. There are some relationships where someone is giving something to someone else physically, but the other person is giving them something spiritually. Someone's giving them mentally. What about the people who have the funds and they have to get what they need, but they need companionship, or they need, someone to listen to? What about those people? What about the people who can't walk? That's a good illustration. I don't know why I thought about that one. God cover my family with that. But what about the people who can't walk? They need, wheelchairs. What about the people who make wheelchairs help them to, to go and walk? Think about the people who love to sing, and they don't have a platform for someone to hear them. there's an agent or someone who has, or someone who has a stage that's creating that opportunity. So this is what I want to tell y'all about servitude. It's not a bad thing. It's actually something that you should get into. And it creates a lot of wealth. Not riches, wealth. Wealth. That's what you want. You don't want riches. You want wealth. Because wealth deals with longevity. So, yeah. I'm going to get off of here. Oh, yeah, that's kind of the reason why I keep making videos, even if it's one person listening or 1,000, because truth is true. It's true. It's true. It's truth. It's truth. It's truth. No matter how you slice it, it is what it is. If you apply it and you do it, I promise you it will come to fruition. So, hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. Bye.